welcome. Hair Dab here. You have to pardon my voice, it's still a little bit raspy, but I wanted to share with you a very interesting tool that is going to blow your mind. And I will say that this is probably going to be a little bit controversial, but I want to inform you and show you what's out there, and so that you can understand some of this stuff. I think it's crazy. I want you to as well write down in the comments, just let me know how you think that this could be used. Like, I think that would be really cool. I'd like to make a further on, like go down these rabbit holes, but these rabbit holes take time. And I want to be able to be good and accurate about this and help you guys out. So what is Mizou? Mizou is an AI powered learning at your school. What does that mean? Well, you can create chatbots. Okay. If you've gone onto like an insurance website or something like that, you maybe have interacted with a chatbot, which is at first a little bit weird, a little bit strange. But you know that you're going to get something out of it at the end. Sometimes they ask for your information or this or that. But those are on the corporate level, but we're going to be working on the educational level. Now, an important thing here. So in case you're wondering, oh my gosh, AI is going to take over the world. No. So it is AI instructed by teachers. Okay. So that means we're controlling how that chatbot interacts with the students. It provides a chat history. Now that chat history is not sold, not given out, not sent out anywhere. That is specifically for you and the student. And the other students don't see the chat history either. They only see their own. So they do also have instant student feedback, okay, compliance, security, under 13 COPPA. What that means is they're going to compartmentalize all of your information for each of the students, and they're going to separate it so that nobody has access to that. It does have an automated grading function as well. It will grade the interaction, which I think is kind of cool too. So a couple of aspects of it, it does allow you to have upload your own materials, and that becomes the knowledge base. And then that means, like, for example, if you have a unit packet or unit design or something like that, you can upload that and the AI will automatically teach about that, which I think is good. Additionally, you can share it securely with student, okay, which is really cool. You give them a secure link. That is really neat. And there's also AI powered grading. Okay, let's just get into the account. Let me show you what it actually does. Now, on your thing here, we see that there's some different types of simulators here, which I think is really cool. One thing to keep in mind, this is all going to be mostly text-based. But you can also have it play the audio of the chatbot. Okay, it doesn't pick it up on the Google or on the typing. You might be able to, but I haven't figured out how to do that. So there are some things already created, but right now I can see that this is still pretty new. So let's go ahead and jump into my chatbots and kind of give you guys an idea of what is there in this that is important. So I built a couple of chatbots, and I haven't tested them all out to the point where I feel comfortable yet sharing with my students. So if that's anything, if you scroll down here, there's a bunch of different options here. You can build your own chatbot from scratch. I'm not going to go into that because it does take a little bit longer. We're going to go on the picture description because this is the one that I have the most filled out for. So now with the picture description, there are a couple of things. So you click on it and you have a couple of options that we're going to look at. One, you can edit the bot. So in case it starts acting awry or something like that, you can kind of go into it, figure out what's going on. You also have these down here. These are sessions. And so when you open up that session, it's kind of like opening up a thread on Flipgrid, right? So it's kind of like that where your students will have access to that session. They'll create a username, and that username, you're going to know it. Nobody else will know it. So those are some pretty important things. We're going to edit the bot just to check out what is it that I put in here. All right. So we have the instructions, and this is kind of the guts of my chatbot. Okay. So we're going to go inside and check and see what it has. I think that's important. Okay. And all of this was created using the AI generator. You have other ways as well to do this. But here we go. So we have your title of whatever it is. Okay. And we also have some AI instructions here. Okay. You're an English native speaker who teaches German, and the student is in a language learner learning German. And I find on this, you have to be kind of specific for the context. Okay. Engage in conversation when a student describes images and scenarios in English, German. There we go. Students should provide answers in German. Provide feedback in English. Okay. So you'll have to put very specific instructions on how you want it to react and act around your students, right? So then also the grade. Okay, I put in some grading criteria here, and you can use lots of different grading criteria. I'll show you where you can upload that as well. So I put it here. Now on the grade level, you can choose what grade level. You can also give it a name. And down here under more options, this one's important. You have some important points here. I put today we're going to work on the IA for the IB German exam. And if I start talking too much in German, just ask me to provide feedback in English. Okay, so that way you have an instruction for the student to provide that feedback in English. Also, some rules here. If you click on these little question marks, I hope this shows up. It says, delineate the guidelines for actions that the chatbot and the student should or should not undertake. Okay, so I haven't gotten it into any awkward scenarios, but again, they're not sharing this information. So this is something that we as educators have to kind of be cognizant about. So going down here just a little bit, you also have a knowledge file. Okay, what that knowledge file is you are uploading either the rubric or you're uploading the different files of your unit. You are uploading different things that will help somehow give the chatbot. In our case, I put up a vocabulary list or a rubric. I think the rubric would be super helpful here, and that's what I have in here. And then I have some audio. You can change the audio to male or female, right? And the audio does speak back in the language, which I think is really cool. So, and then we have a thumbnail here. This is what the community sees or what you see as well. So we're going to go ahead and start the chat and we'll show you how that works. All right. So one thing I found out is that if you are screen recording and you're doing this, some things take time. So I might have to pause it and restart it. So I'll let you know how long it takes. So it gives me some basic information. That intro that I just said at the beginning, have the students know that they can get feedback in English, because sometimes when you're giving grammar lessons, it's really hard to tell a student what to do. So it does explain, start by choosing an image or scenario you'd like to describe in German. Okay, so ideally the student has a picture. So if I put in here, es gibt ein Baum, okay, this is wrong. Okay, it's a wrong sentence. All right, so that took about 7 seconds. So it says here, now sometimes, like I said, sometimes it goes back into German. So it says here, it looks great. You've started a simple sentence. To improve on that, let's add some more details. Could you describe the tree in more detail? What does it look like? Where is it? Remember, we are aiming for elaboration and use of rich vocabulary. What? Okay. I'm going to say der Baum ist groß. All right. So that means the tree is big. Und steht im Hintergrund. Okay, the tree is big and is in the background. So again, they're going to put in a sentence here, and hopefully it doesn't take forever. All right, so that took about I don't know, like 5 seconds. And then it says, all right, you've added some useful information. Now let's expand on this. Can you tell me about the surroundings of the tree? Is it alone? Are there other trees around? Like, this is good stuff, like really good. Try to use different tenses or moods, to show a wider range of skills. So, okay, let's see. Ist in der Mitte einer Wüste. It's in the middle of the desert. Okay, so they can put in more sentences too if they would like. I'm just kind of doing some simple answers here. That's a good tell. Now this one I haven't paused, so that took about 7 seconds. So then it goes on here to add some more. It's prompting more description. So now this is all in English. So yeah, ideally, you could also switch this over to the language, which I think is pretty cool. But you save all that stuff, and it's pretty cool. I like this. I think it's really neat. Do I see this as a viable, in a viable sense, for tutors or proficiency-based grading, those types of things? Yeah, I think it would. I think there's some cool usefulness to this. I'm going to go ahead and pause it. We're going to switch over to one of my other chatbots and let's just see how it works. All right, so now I've switched over to a verb conjugation drill bot. Okay. And it says here, you're a German language instructor and the student is a language learner. Engage in a quiz where you provide a subject, a regular verb with an infinite form, and the student must respond correctly with at least 10 conjugated sentences. Okay, so that's kind of a lot, but I thought, well, this could be good. I would change the grade level, and again, I go down here to more options, and I put this right here. Keep responses short. Correct grammar is key. Provide instant feedback on conjugation and sentence structure. Okay. Encourage retrying after mistakes. I think that's important. So let's keep grammatical terms limited to subject, verb, and direct object. I think that's important because a lot of times, we get so grammary on things. So we're going to go ahead and start a session. And okay, so Phil Coleman, let's practice verb conjugation. Okay, I'm ready. So we're going to just respond back to it so he knows we're human-ish. All right, so that wasn't very long. See, we didn't have as many rules. Now it goes faster. It says, let's start with the verb kaufen. Here's your subject, ich. So what I want to do is I'm going to write in my sentence, ich kaufe. Okay. Now, that's not going to be a full sentence. Well, technically it is, I guess. But as you can tell, this is what I was telling about. So it slips back into German, which is really tough. So again, you want to instruct the students to respond. Can you respond in English? Again, because you got a 9th grader sitting there, and they're not going to know, how to get those deep grammatical terms in the language. So you're going to try and help them do that. And so all they have to do is type that, please respond in English, which is pretty cool. Okay. Ich kaufe ein Auto. So what you could also do is put very specific things. Like, for example, in German, they capitalize the nouns. So that might be something to kind of think about. But you see here that she praises, okay, and then she goes on and tries something else, and then you're supposed to do something else. So you can keep going on, and you see the kind of feedback that's provided. So I think that there's a lot of utility in this, and I'm really interested in it. I think that we could come up with something in a way to make it, as a tool for enhancement, using it just for go on to this and use it. I think that would be wrong. But I think it would be kind of cool to have students give it a test drive and see how it goes. I don't know. So like I said, leave any comments below. Tell me how you might use this, because I think, honestly, that there's so much in here. that we could do with it. But I don't want to do it in a way that's unethical or now I'm just rambling. All right. Look, guys, you know who I am. You know what I do. Go ahead and let me know what you think. Have a good day.